Louis Black on his new film on politicians stealing his act, specifically shouting at politicians, and on bipartisan flatulence. That's next, but first time for Countdown's number 2 story. Tonight's worst persons in the world. The bronze to the fabulously disingenuous insurance industry shill Betsy McCoy. She's the one who fabricated the infamous death panel lie. Now she stepped into it neck high again, writing an op-ed which she quotes gloom and doom from Dr. David McCallop, a Florida neurosurgeon and a board member of the Florida Medical Association. She left something off Dr. McCallop's resume. To other anti-reformers, Dr. McCallop sent out that picture of the president dressed up as a witch doctor and then tried to claim he had no racist intent. We should note also that Dr. McCallop has also consulted with Georgia Congressman Dr. Paul, take your chronic depression to the ER, Brown. Your runner-up, Rupert Murdoch, in February, his vanity newspaper, the New York Post, printed this, a political cartoon showing 2 cops over the body of a dead chimpanzee they had shot, with one officer saying they'll have to find someone else to write the next stimulus bill. Many Post staffers protested, but nearly alone of them, only Sandra Guzman, the editor of a monthly insert in the Post called Tempo, did so publicly and on the record. Even Murdoch himself at the time noted that, as a chairman of the New York Post, I'm ultimately responsible for what is printed in the pages. The buck stops with me. Last week we made a mistake, matey. We ran a cartoon that offended many people. Today I want to personally apologize to any reader who felt offended, Jimmy boy, and even insulted. We will seek to be more attuned to the sensitivities of our community. Now, nearly 8 months later, there's a new statement about the in-house protester, Ms. Guzman. No spokesman is quoted, but since Murdoch says the buck stops with him, we'll attribute it to him. Sandra is no longer with the Post because the monthly in-paper insert Tempo, of which she was the editor, has been, shiver me timbers, discontinued. In other words, after it all quieted down, Murdoch eliminated Ms. Guzman's department and fired her. But our winner, Congresswoman Michelle Bachmann, speaking about how Speaker Pelosi might handle blue dog Democrats over health care reform, Bachmann says she'll either beat them to death, bludgeon them to death, or she'll try to buy them off. Yes, don't let that out-to-lunch look behind the eyes fool you. There is some sort of slasher movie obsession going on inside that Congresswoman. This is at least the second time she has applied violent imagery to the public discourse. Just last month, she had told her fellow Republicans that to stop health care reform, they needed to make a covenant to slit their wrists. Congresswoman Michelle, I know what you did last summer, Bachmann. Today's worst person in the world.